I'm Dr. Kristen R. Bromley. This Guitar 101 series, which is part of my online music academy, is a beginner through intermediate level guitar course similar to the in-person ones I teach at the university. The course progresses from complete beginner through gaining capability in playing songs in various styles and covers playing chords and melodies and reading chord symbols, tablature, and standard music notation. With the Guitar 101 course, we use 3 of the books from my method book series: Chords and Harmony books 1 and 2, Note Reading books 1 and 2, and Tablature, which are all available for purchase through Amazon and Google Play. Links can be found in the description below or at kristenbromley.com. You are of course welcome to participate in this course with or without the books, but with the books you can play right along with me on all the songs and exercises as intended. Plus, each book comes with exclusive access to additional hours of in-depth video lessons that go with each part of that book. If you find this Guitar 101 series helpful, please like the videos and subscribe to the channel. Alright, let's get to jamming in this week's lesson. Hi, I'm Dr. Kristen Bromley. Welcome to Lesson 4 of the Guitar 101 series, which is all part of my online guitar academy. I hope you're having fun playing guitar. In this lesson, we're going to continue to work on some of the things that we did last time and also do a couple new things. So we'll start off by reviewing some of the songs we played last time with G, C, and D7, even throw a new one in there. We'll do some more work where we have just the lyrics written with the chords above rather than having actual notated music. We'll learn about the capo today. We'll work on some songs with the new chords that I introduced at the very end of the last lesson, which is A and E, so we'll do some more work with A and E. We'll continue to read melodies on those top 2 strings of the guitar, so with the notes B, C, D, E, F, G, and we'll work on some more tablature. So let's go ahead and jump in and get started. We're going to be in the chords book first on pages 19 through 21 as we review and kind of warm up. We're going to do numbers 4, 5, 7, and 9. So we'll go ahead and start with number 4 on page 19. So this one we did last time, Worried Man Blues. We'll go ahead and do this. This has our down, down, up, down strumming pattern. So a review of that. We are going to learn a new strumming pattern today. Okay, so here we go. This one has a 1-beat pickup. I'll count us in 1, 2, 3, and then go with it. And we'll kind of swing it. So 1, 2, 3. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. I'm worried now, yes now, but I won't be worried long. Okay, we'll play it just a little bit slower. That may have been a little fast, I don't know. Depends on how familiar you are with playing the guitar, but we'll take it a little bit slower. 1, 2, 3. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. I'm worried now, yes now, but I won't be worried long. Okay, we'll take it a little bit more up-tempo now. A 1, 2, 3. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. I'm worried now, yes now, but I won't be worried long. Now, if that faster tempo is a little bit tricky for you trying to do everything, you can just work on the strumming pattern along with me. Work on the chord changes, work on the strumming pattern and singing, work on the chord changes and singing, put it all together, that sort of thing. Break down it into one or two components at a time instead of all three. Okay, we'll do number 5, Shenandoah. We'll straighten it out a little bit, and we'll go 1, 2, 3. Oh, Shenandoah. Some of these folk songs, there's just little manipulations of the melody. I just sing it that time with the way it's written. I know the other times in the previous lesson, I sing it another way that I like to sing it on that away part. Okay, we'll take it just a little bit faster. So you got a 1, 2, 3. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to see you away, you rolling river. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to see you away, I'm bound away across the wide misery. Let's flip the page and we'll do number 7. So, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. This one has us practicing with the down, down, up, down, down. Got a little button in my guitar there. Down, down, up, strumming pattern. So, twinkle, twinkle. We'll do it kind of slow here first. 1, 2, ready, and twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Okay, we'll try it a little bit slower. 1, 2, and ready, and go, and twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Okay, and we'll try taking it up tempo. All those chord changes, it may be a little bit tricky, so you might just want to work on one thing at a time, or just hang on and do the best you can. 1, 2. 2, ready, and twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Okay, we'll go on over and do number 9 on page 21. We haven't done number 9 before, but we did number 8 last time, Amazing Grace. But we'll do number 9, He's a Jolly Good Fellow. We need to work on our 3/4 strumming pattern, so we're going to review that here. So we got 1, 2, up 3, 1, 2, up 3, 1, 2, up 3, 1, 2, up 3. It can help to count this strumming pattern because, as I mentioned in the last lesson, it's kind of tricky as far as us being used to walking right, left, right, left, right, left in our legs. Everything's sort of having an even number of times to it to suddenly go odd. And so when we're doing like the waltz, long, quick, quick, long, quick, quick, long, we switch back and forth. Right, left, left, if we were dancing. But here, with the strumming, we got to go down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down. And we have to kind of get used to it in that same sort of sense of doing that waltz. So it can help to count because when we get to 3, we know, oh, we're back to 1. Otherwise, the tendency can be to try and turn it into a 4/4 thing. Okay, this is a 1-beat pickup. We'll start off kind of nice and easy. About there. So I'll give us a count in of 1, 2, and then I'll grab that pickup note. Here we go. 1, 2, 4. He's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly good fellow, which nobody can Okay, we'll take it a little bit faster now. 1, 2, 4. He's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly good fellow, which nobody can deny. Which nobody can deny. Which nobody can deny. For he's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly good fellow, which nobody can deny. Okay, let's work on a little bit of tablature now, and then when we come back to the chords, we'll do the music with just the lyrics and the chords. We'll also work a little bit with that capo. So let's go ahead and switch to the tabs. Okay, so in the tablature book, we're going to be on pages 14 through 17. We're going to review and do numbers 10, 11, 12, and 13, which we did last time. And then we'll go ahead and do 14, 15, and 16. So we'll just dive right in on playing some of these. Starting with Mary Had a Little Lamb, number 10. As a reminder, I know I say this frequently, but we want to make sure that we're using our index finger to play the notes in the first fret, our middle finger to play the notes in the second fret, our ring finger to play the notes in the third fret, and our pinky to play the notes in the fourth fret. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, ret, T, and... It can help to sing the melodies as you're playing them if you know them, just because that helps us as we're playing. We're sort of going at the tablature intuitively, so we're watching those numbers. It's helping us know where to put our fingers. We kind of have to play these melodies a little bit intuitively. Or you've got to hear me play it, and then you try and play it. Okay, so Ode to Joy. We're going to go 1, 2, ret, T, and... Okay, let's go to number 12, Lee. 1, 2, ret, T, and... 3, 4. Okay, Pay Me My Money Down, number 13. 1, 2, ret, T, and 1, 2. Okay, let's turn the page and we'll do number 14. Now, as I've mentioned before, with all these books, if you want to use the videos that come with them, they're a little bit more in depth than these Guitar 101 classes. These Guitar 101 sort of is designed like the university classes I teach, where we work on a few little things every class period, and it's expected that you're also working on things on your own. But with more detail, you can go through the videos that come with these books specifically. They practice a little bit more at different tempos, and there's more explanation sometimes, that sort of thing. So that is there as a resource. You just have to check in the front of the books, find the QR code or the web address for those videos. Okay, Viva la Amor. So a new one. With this one, It's in 3/4 time. I'll just play it because it might not be familiar. So that's what that sounds like. I'm going to give us 3, 1, 2 as a count off, and then we'll grab that pickup note. So 3, 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, off. Okay, we'll look at number 15. We ever pray for thee. This one is at the bottom of that page and then at the top of page 17. So the last 2 lines on page 16 over to the top of page 17. So we got to keep going when we get to the end there on page 16. Here we go. We're just in 4/4 time. I'll just count us off. 1, 2, ret, ti, and. 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. 3, 4. Okay, we'll finish off with the tab section here with number 16, The Man on the Flying Trapeze. We're back to 3/4 time. I'll give us 3, 1, 2, and then we'll be in. So here we go. 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, off. Okay, let's go back to the chords. We'll work on playing with just lyrics and chords written above and a little bit with the capo. Okay, so we're back in the chords. We're on pages 22 and 23. We're going to be using numbers 10, 11, and 12. So we'll start off here with 11 and 12, sort of working with this type of music that just has the lyrics with the chords written above. And you can see that there. We'll start with Amazing Grace. I mentioned this last time, but a lot of pop songs that we love to play, people have figured out the chords for them and written out the lyrics and then written the chords above. And you can find those, just do a Google search or something, you can find music for those online. And you should be doing that, learning songs that you want to play. Sometimes you can even play them right along with your favorite recording or sing them right along with your favorite recording. But most of us get into playing guitar because we want to play songs that we like listening to. So you can search for those. All you got to do is just search for the name of the song, and then you also search for lyrics and chords, or sometimes if you throw in tabs, that'll bring up guitar music for that. We're going to practice with it a little bit here. The challenge with this type of music most of the time is all we get is the lyrics and the chords, and everything else has to be intuitive. It's actually kind of great for our ear. So we don't necessarily know exactly when to change the chords. Though the chord symbols are in theory written above the word that they change on in the lyrics, but that's not always the case. Sometimes with word processing programs, it's really hard to get the words to line up exactly right, or you might think you have it, and then as soon as it's published, it all kind of changes a little bit. But we have that here pretty close. And then the strumming pattern also has to a lot of times be intuitive. I will pull it from the groove sometimes as we work through this course and we start to get different strumming patterns for the different time signatures. Then we just sort of have to know the feel. Is it in 3 or 4? That's usually our biggest question. Sometimes songs are written in 5 or 7 or 9 or 12 or something different, but most of the time it's in 4/4, and we can use one of our 4/4 strumming patterns, or it's in 3 and we can use one of our 3/4 strumming patterns, or it's in something that one of those patterns will work for. So in this particular case, we're in 3/4 and we're going to use our 3/4 strumming pattern. So far, in all the music that we've been doing in this course, we have down, down, up, down, 1, 2, up, 3, 1, 2, up, 3. That's our only 3/4 strumming pattern, aside from we could strum down, 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 1, 2, 3, or 1, up, 2, up, 3, up, 1, up, 2, up, 3, up. So that's 3/4, and then we go to 4/4, we have our down, down, up, down strumming pattern. We also have our down, down, up, 1. And then, of course, we can just do down strums or down and up strumming. Okay, this one's in 3/4 with Amazing Grace, and we're going to use down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. You'll note, and we did this last time, that when we go on to further verses, in the case of these old folk songs, but a lot of times verse or chorus in a pop song, then the chords aren't necessarily continued, just the lyrics are written there, and we have to continue to use the same strumming or the same chord progression and strumming pattern that we were using previously, because there's nothing new indicated. So with Amazing Grace, we're going to play the first verse, then we'll play that second verse using the same chord progression as above, and then we have the little directions, repeat the first verse. So we'll do that again, just like we did last time. The melody's not written out in these, and usually though, as you play through the chord, it usually starts on one of the pitches in the chord. That's usually the starting. Now, when things proceed, like as if there's a pickup measure, sometimes they don't. Sometimes you got to find another one of the chords where it actually would start on. In this case, it's sort of the D7 is where it would start. Amaze, because that pulls to the top of it. You kind of just have to find those things intuitively. But the D is also in the G chord, and a lot of times it is in that first chord, which we call the tonic. Okay, so amaze, that's where the melody is, and we'll just go for it. Or for our sopranos. 1, 2, amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear before I first believed. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Okay, let's do the same thing with number 12, Red River Valley. So we'll just do that first verse, which has the chords written above, and we'll continue and do the second verse with the chords that we used for the first verse. This one's in 4/4 time. I have that strumming pattern that we used before written right there. and our pickup notes from this, which both come right out of that G chord. So we'll start on that, and then we'll be in valley singing from this valley. Note about lyrics: a lot of times with the folk songs, the singer is sort of the narrator, teller of the story, so the lyrics don't necessarily have to match our gender identity, but they can if you want to change them up, and a lot of times singers will change them up. I just left it sort of as it was written there, although I also changed the lyrics just a little bit to a familiarity of singing it. I was in the Park Service for years and used to do folk song sing-alongs around the campfire, tell history, good times. Okay, we want to look at the capo now. So over on the next page, playing the guitar with a capo, I have here the one I'm going to use, which is a Kaiser. These are just great. They just clip right on, look kind of like a clothespin style, and they clip on. I've used other types of capos too. If you don't have one today, you can get one. Sometimes through the course we may practice with them. The reason we love the capo is because oftentimes whatever key that we're playing a song in, so with the given set of chords, we've been playing in the key of G over those last two songs. G is our starting chord, and then C and D7 are our other chords. So G, C, and D7, our starting and ending chord is G. We're in the key of G. Most of the songs are throughout the book. They're just written in great keys for working on those chords. And they're written in keys that work for some people to sing them in. I have this contralto voice, so my voice is a little bit unique. So when we use a capo, it'll allow us to play the same chord shapes, but actually change the key. So I'm playing the same G, C, and D7 chords as we know them, but with the capo on, I'm actually playing, in this particular spot, I'm actually playing A, D, and E7 when I play those three chords. Now, there's a whole explanation there on page 23 about how the capo works and how you can play in the different keys with that capo. And it's great. It's a little bit technical. You don't have to know any technical stuff to use the capo. You can just say, I want it to be a little bit higher or a little bit lower, and I'm just going to put it on. A couple notes though. You usually set it on just a few millimeters behind the fret. Usually the guitar will tune okay, but a lot of times I'll actually sort of retune the strings once I put the capo on, just to keep it there. I'm not going to do that today, but you may decide to do that. Now, once we get up to the 5th fret with the capo, we're in ukulele land. This is where the ukulele neck starts, is right here at the 5th. So sometimes we get up here, if we get too high, you might decide that the chords are actually too high for the singing. The singing might be happening below the chords. So usually when we're playing with the capo, most of the time, unless we want that high technique, we're just kind of putting it on maybe in the first 4 frets somewhere just to raise it up a little bit. Or if a song is really too high and we raise it up, we actually are kind of lowering it. So when we put it on, we just cover all 6 strings. We put it just a few millimeters, maybe 3 or 4, behind the fret. And then we use the same chord shapes that we used before. So we're going to go ahead and do that here with When the Saints Go Marching In. And then I'll explain a little bit of the technicality of it, but not much. If you want to know a lot of the technicality, go check out the video that's on Playing with the Capo that comes with the chords book. Or the quick answer videos. Check out the quick answer videos on the capo, or I should say video on the capo in the Guitar Academy. Okay, so we're going to do When the Saints Go Marching In, number 10. The capo's at the 2nd fret. I've put it about 3 or 4, I think it's about 4 millimeters behind the fretboard. That gives me room to sort of work, but when I play each note, they are ringing. I'm going to continue to use my G shape, my C shape, and my D7, but I am playing everything a little bit higher because the capo is acting as the new nut. So it's pushing those strings down against that fret. That becomes, we've shortened the length of the neck in essence, but we can use these chord shapes and read them as if we were still playing in G, but technically we are now playing in A. And the reason I know that is because the pitch that the technical pitch that my finger is playing here, that's usually a G when I'm playing in first position, is now an A. So that's how I know that. The lowest note of the chord is now an A instead of a G. As you look at the diagram there on page 23, if you see the diagram of the neck where all the notes are. Okay, so this one's in 4/4 time. We're going to use that down, down, up, down strumming pattern. We have the chords written above the lyrics just on the first verse, but then we'll continue on and do the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th verses using that same chord progression, same strumming pattern, and then we'll repeat the first verse again. This has that pickup of, oh, when the saints. So I'll give us that pickup and then we'll be in with a down, down, up, down. As we go on to multiple verses, that pickup is going to come in at the end of the form, the end of the song. So our 2nd time on G, we'll just be singing that into the next one. So, oh, when the saints go marching in, oh, when the saints go marching in, how I want to be in that number when the saints Okay, let's do a little bit of note reading now. Okay, so practicing with the notes. We're going to start on pages 12 in the notebook and do number 7 as a review of the notes on the E string. Then we'll do page 14, numbers 4 and 5 as a review of the notes on the B string in isolation. And then we'll do pages 16 and 17, numbers 10, 11, and 13 today, where we practice using the two strings together. Okay, so we'll start out with number 7 on page 12, equally divided. Reminder that we have E, the open E, F, first fret, and G. So the top space on the treble clef staff, the top line, and then sitting just above it. We want to use our index finger for the F notes and our ring finger for the G. Okay, so here we go with number 7. 1, 2, ready, and... 3, 4. Okay, let's turn over to page 14. We'll do number 4. Remember, and if you need to, you can look at page 13, but the open string, second string is the B, C is the first fret, D is the third fret. We're going to continue to use our index to play the C, so what's in the first fret, and our ring finger to play the D, which is in the third fret. So the B is the center line of the staff, C is the next space, D is the next line, which then leads to the top space, which is E, F, and G. But we're just working on B, C, and D, starting with number 4. 1, 2, ready, and B, C, D, C, B, B, D, D, C, B, D, C, D, B, D, C, B, D, C, B, C, D, B, D, C, B, C, B, B, 2, B, 4. Okay, we'll do number 5, B string pearls. So you got 1, 2, ready, and... 4. Okay, let's flip over to page 16 then, and we'll do number 10, Merrily We Roll Along. Played this one last time. Same melody as Mary Had a Little Lamb. A reminder that now when we get into these melodies, we're going to see the chord symbols written above, and to not let those confuse us with the pitch that we're actually playing. Sometimes they match up and sometimes they don't. We're starting on the open E it helps when we start getting multiple strings, especially to note what pitch we're starting on. It can also help to recognize if we're going stepwise. Stepwise moves means we're moving to the next closest pitch. So that E to the D to the C, those are right in alphabetical order, descending. E, D, C, those are stepwise. Then we reverse direction, C, D, E, those are stepwise. A skip is like in the fourth bar where we have to jump from the open E up to the G. And when we have to skip, we have to actually sort of jump to and find the pitches. But otherwise, when we're moving stepwise, we can just remember the pattern of how these notes go from one to the other. So going high to low, we've got 3, 1, 0, 3, 1, 0, or 0, 1, 3, 0, 1, 3. So they all move stepwise. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, ready, and E, D, C, D, E, 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 D, 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 E, G, G, E, D, C, D, E, 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 D, D, E, D, C, 2, 3, 4. It can help to say the names of the notes out loud as you're playing them, or at least think the names. Helps us learn these things that much faster. Number 11, here we go. Go Talent Roadie. 1, 2, ready, and E, 2. Okay, let's go over to page 17 and we'll do Ode to Joy. So this is our new melody today. We're just going to go ahead and go for it. Sometimes it can help to practice the different parts that are a little bit tricky over and over. On this particular one, that would be the third line. It's what's different from the rest, but with a lot of degree of difference. So that would be the line to practice with. But today we're just going to read through it, sight read it, as they would say. Just try and do the best we can, reading all the way through. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and... Okay, we'll go back and do the chords as we finish off today's lesson. Okay, so we'll finish off here with the chords again. We're going to be on pages 24 and 25 in the book. We're going to be working on that new chord that I introduced last time, the E chord and the A chord. So those two new chords. We're going to play numbers 1 through 3 and then number 5. So let's go ahead and start here just reviewing. Remember the E chord, we have our index at the 1st fret of the 3rd string, middle at the 2nd fret of the 5th string, ring at the 2nd fret of the 4th string. So you can look at it like this. It's like E minor that we've done a lot of, but we add our index finger to that 1st fret of the 3rd string. And this is the reason that a lot of people choose to finger E minor with middle and ring instead of index and middle, at least some of the time. So we got that E chord, and then to play A, all we got to do is slide our index over to the 2nd fret on the 3rd string, put our middle and our ring middle on the 4th string, ring on the 2nd string, also at the 2nd fret, and we play the top 5 strings. Some will do index, middle, and ring to play that, which is an option. Most of us, our fingers fit a little bit more naturally by going index, middle, and ring once we get used to it. And it's the same sort of triangular configuration that we've been using for D7. It's just that now we're on different strings and all the notes are in one fret, the same fret. Okay, so we're going to start with London Bridge. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down. So 1, 2, ready, go. London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady. Okay, and flow gently, sweet Afton, down, down, up, down. 1, 2, up, 3. So I'll give us 3, 1, 2, then we'll be in on the pickup. Flow. 3, 1, 2, flow gently, sweet Afton, come on thy green graves. Flow gently, I'll sing thee a song in thy praise. My Mary's asleep by the murmuring stream. Flow gently, sweet Afton, disturb not her dream. So those two are a review from last time. Let's go over and do number 3, one of our pop music progressions. We're going to have the down, down, up, down, and back and forth, A and D. You'll note that we have a repeat between the first 8 bars, so we're going to play those twice, and then we'll end there on A with a long note at the end. So 1, 2, ready, and A. Up to D. A. D. A. And we end there on E. Repeat, we got A. D. A. And E. And we end on A. Now a couple reminders. When going from A to D, all we need to do is take off our middle finger, slide over our ring, and put our middle finger back down. Or if it's hard to get that coordination, you can just leave your index finger down and move both. But it'll eventually get, so you're just sliding your ring finger over. Then when we go to E, we just need to slide our index finger back and find the 2 missing ones. Let's do it again. This time we'll swing the strumming pattern. So you got 1, 2, ready, and A. Okay, we're going to finish off with number 5. This one will have the E minor instead of the E major, so we get to go back to hearing that difference. Same strumming pattern. 1, 2, ready, and we get the D, E minor, A, and D, and D, E minor, C, let's swing it and go a little bit faster. I want to ready and E minor, A and D. We got the D, E minor, C and D. As we learn these strumming patterns and these different chords, you can search for songs you love and know, pop songs, and start learning those as well on your own. I hope you're having a great time playing the guitar. That wraps us up for this lesson. In the next lesson, we'll learn a couple new chords. We'll do some new strumming things, and we'll keep just rocking it out. We'll keep working on reading notes on those top two strings and do some more tablature. Take care. So glad to be doing guitar with you. Hope you're having a blast doing it. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. For more in-depth lessons and to progress through a free guitar course, check out my Guitar 101 series on YouTube and my guitar method books, which all come with access to hours of in-depth video lessons. You can find more information about me and my products at KristenBromley.com. Take care.